Well, I grew up here, and I've seen Fairmount in the days when the tobacco market was really booming. And, so those days are gone now. And there were stores in all the buildings downtown, and Fairmount really had a strong economy. There was a Denton mill. Textiles were pretty strong. We had two places where at least about 150 to 200 people worked in the daytime. And so Fairmount was pretty strong economically back then. But now Fairmount has changed a whole lot. The textile is gone, the tobacco market is gone, and it's just kind of hard to get anything going because everybody said we need some good restaurants, but you got to have people working in the daytime looking for a place to eat in the middle of the day for a business owner to be able to pay a staff to run a restaurant. And so Fairmount is right now struggling, for economic development.
My name is Kelvin Townsend. I'm one of 22 children. I've always wanted to be a fashion designer. At the age of 12, I knew I wanted to be a fashion designer, but it was not a occupation my parents thought that I should focus my attention upon. I was a good student, so because I excelled in academics, growing up in the time period that I grew up in, my parents wanted me to be a doctor. And even though I had the ability to become one, that was not my passion. My passion was to be a fashion designer. And due to that, not being able to follow that path, I went to college and, I went to Howard University in Washington, D.C., and they do a very big homecoming fashion show where they get the designers from like all over the United States to come to do a fashion show for homecoming. I saw that fashion show, and I decided the spring of the year they have something like a spring fest to participate in the fashion show. And that was my way of getting to learn the ins and outs of the fashion industry.
Met Kelvin Townsend, got into the troupe then Soleil, and after doing, college style, troupe style, I kind of wanted more, and I didn't really take it serious, at the time. But after a couple of years, started getting into like different productions from Charlotte and local productions, and from there started meeting photographers outside the area, from Atlanta, Columbus, and DC. And so I kind of got my name and taking pictures.
I see that they're interested. That is another, can I say outlet? Another outlet for them. I know with my nieces, they're not our age. They're 6 and 8. After one of the shows, they were in the shop modeling back and forth, and now they want to model. So yeah, I see it as that.
Also with the young people, I'm getting responses from their parents saying that they're having fashion show withdrawals. They're ready to head back to Fairmount to start rehearsing for the fashion shows. We even had a parent to say that her son had behavior problems, and one of the things that kept him on track was being able to participate in the fashion show. And now since the fashion show is over, they have nothing to bargain with him, so they wanted to know if I could start back rehearsing so that his behavior could improve. And also I said this once before, there was a little girl who we were able to get a photo shoot done, and she said that she thought you had to be sick and dying for your wish to come true, but she was living her dream by doing a fashion show and a photo shoot.
It wasn't really till like, I was groomed by my father, just wanting to dress nice, how to, conduct and present myself. And I was, saying that it wasn't until like latter years that I got to college where I kind of made the transformation kind of, but really more just stepped into a polished look, a mature look, outside of the wearing the baggy clothes, FUBU and the jeans. Hope I didn't get my age out. But so I got to college, and it was a troupe. At the time it was Soleil, and it was under Mr. Kelvin Townsend. And, you know, they came to me, you know, do I want to model? And, you know, I'm like, model on campus? I don't know, it sounds a little too cheesy. But, you know, as I got into it, I enjoyed it. And from there, kind of just going with it and pursuing it more. So, and also from there, taking it seriously.
Yeah, I think that, you know, it helps a lot of children, young people, youth with getting more confidence in themselves. And once people if you can get in front of people and walk and model, you get some self-confidence. And that makes you want to do more. Once you build confidence in one area, once you conquer one thing, you can conquer other things. And that's one of the things I've, you know, learned about young people. I had a camp where we took them over to Pembroke State and they learned to swim. And once they learn to conquer the water and the fear, then they know that they are able to understand the instructions and to conquer things in life that they come up against.
I've never traveled, and if you have any questions, Sherry can help you. Hold on one second. The Raleigh-Durham area that even wants us to bring the Style Week to their area. But what people don't understand, I want, and it hurts people's feelings when I say this, I want to keep Style Week in the Fairmont area. For the mere fact is that it could be something to hopefully one day become real big and be like that art show. But it also will allow people in this area to show their skills and talents. It also gives children in this area an opportunity to participate in things that are not so easy accessible to them here in this area. But when you go to places like Raleigh and Charlotte and Durham, they have so many programs for children to reach out, and they have Kids Marbles Museum, they have Art Museum, they have so many things that they could reach out. Here in our area, we are not that fortunate. And to help mold and a child's life, and then to help grow this Ronaldo Style Week to something that they could once say, you know what, I participated in that show. It will just, I think, have a lasting impression on the people in this area.
Schools here, it's all about tests. So what my problem was with me majoring in biology, and the chemistry and the biologies were just tests. When I got there, I knew absolutely nothing. I was so far behind, even though I graduated, fifth in my class and the 4.0 GPA from high school. First class in college, I was like, what is going on? Because everybody else like, oh yeah, we did this in 10th grade, we did this. And me and my friend were looking like, we did none of this. But like I was saying, I feel like around here they push you being a teacher, you being a doctor, anything in the arts, I don't really see it. So yeah, if I knew that I could do this, then I would have gone to school for this. So yeah.
Do you at least think that there's more push, slightly more push towards the arts right here? Or?
If there is, I don't see it.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm kind of stuck with me. I want to move. I want to move to a bigger city where I know that, you know, I can get things going, but I kind of want to stay here and to try to, you know, give the people more options. Say that, hey, you can do something else. I've always been a hat lover, and my grandmother, which is the lady right here, she wore a hat with every single outfit, whether she's dressing down or dressing up. And yeah, so a lot of my influences are through her. Designing hats.
Designing it.
It's been 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, this October was 2 years. Yeah.
That makes sense. Small world.
Yeah.
Very small world.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been going pretty good. A lot of the people have actually, on Facebook, have actually seen my hats through his show. I do have a Facebook page, but
Right.
it seems like whenever you put it on a model,
It
those,
always gets better.
yeah.
This late stage in life, I think it's always important to know that you can still live out a dream. I do intend of living it out to the fullest, and changing not only lives in Robinson County, because I think that with the start that we're doing, just like the other day, I had a student who I would have never imagined come to me and said, "Mr. Townsend, I want to design clothes." And the student is an athlete who plays football here at this university. So they were like, they didn't know who to contact. They knew that their friends were going to laugh at them, but that's something that they were interested in, designing clothes. So it's just giving people that that outlet. They love the rehearsals, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not as fond with rehearsing so much as we could rehearse every day if it was left up for them. And it gives me the initiative to branch out and do some other things with the modeling troupe, like some community service work, some project that we could work on together where it's just not modeling, but we'll be modeling as role models in the community, making a difference, making an impact. We're doing, we have been contacted by a local organization in Georgetown, South Carolina, who's asked us to come on December the 5th to do a fashion show to raise money for the flood victims so that they could have a Merry Christmas. They want to be able to donate Christmas gifts to the families who were affected by the flood victims, because speaking to them, they said there are many of them who have lost everything. And they know that we're going into the holiday season, that it wouldn't be so great. So I didn't think it was going to be possible because it's short notice, but I contacted a lot of the designers that worked with me before, and they was like, "Oh yeah, Kelvin, we'll come support you on that." So that show will be December the 5th in Georgetown, South Carolina. We also having a calendar release party. We have Ronaldo's Style Week calendar, where we have the males in different outfits that we're going to sell, and that the proceeds for the calendar are going to go to those 3 charity organizations as well. And in 2016, we will pick another 3 organizations to work with, and in each show that we do, we will raise money for them. And we also already started planning for Ronaldo Style Week 2016. It's going to be March 4th and 5th. People who are interested. The crazy thing about that is I'm getting people like from Chicago, Atlanta, Richmond, Virginia, and I'm saying, "Where are you located?" And they'll say, "Chicago," and I was like, "Well, we're in North Carolina." They're like, "So when are your practices?" And I said, "Well, we can make those." So that's the impact of the media, and it was just like basically Facebook and Instagram, and the photographers. We have been viewed in a positive light, so that's a great thing.